Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Like I told you, I'll be bringing the Obasanjo statement on the coup happening in Africa. You know, Obasanjo had been a military president of Nigeria and subsequently became the Nigerian civilian president from 1999. And he made a statement that really got my attention. Not that he is completely exonerated from all of the things he said, but you need to hear him.
Some of the things that have come out, I don't know. In these former French colonial countries, if some of the things that have come out, like what Mali has said they are not going to do again with France, if they were true, then you will be asking, did France really grant these countries full independence? You'll be asking that question. Now, and I say if they were true, that's number one. Number two, we are told about democracy. And we all beat up. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. Which people? And what does democracy deliver? Here, on one occasion, I got about a dozen or so of boys and girls who have made attempts to go across the Sahara and across the Mediterranean. When they told the story, and I listened to them, I wept. Yes, I love democracy. Having suffered from the hand of Abacha, I will not want a military rule. Yes. But if it has to come, what can I do? I just say, okay. But the point is this: do we have conditions that encourages, the conditions that encourage the type of things that are happening? Because if we don't have the conditions that encourage them, they may not happen. That doesn't mean that it should be encouraged. What it means is that we should make sure that we do everything to prevent coups from happening. We do everything. When you see things that happen in many countries, and I will not exclude Nigeria, then you wonder. And don't forget, particularly the youth, they support most of these coups. The one in Gabon, the coup leader was being carried on the head and by the youth, not by old wretched men and women like me, by the youth. So the youth are looking for liberators. They are looking for liberators. And we must bear that in mind. Why do we have to allow the youth to start looking for liberators beyond the government of the day? Why? And if you have been in government for 40 years and you are not tired, maybe you need retirement.
That is it. That is the fundamental problem of Africa. Some people want to stay in power for a very long time, forever, including Obasanjo, who wanted to extend his tenure beyond the Nigerian constitution, that's seeking for third term. But I think as you get older, as you get closer to your, it dawns on you that all these things that you've done amounts to nothing. I think Obasanjo, in his current disposition, is trying to mend his ways. He's trying to do a kind of restitution. He's trying to see if he can, correct the wrongs he had done in the past. Talking about the corruption in Nigeria, talking about democratic failure in Nigeria and beyond in Nigeria, across Africa. They knew they played huge roles at one point or the other. They made mistakes. He's trying to correct it. And that is why we cannot allow their mistakes to continue in this current dispensation. That is why the blunder of Tinubu must be corrected. You can't have that kind of democracy and say you have democracy. And I can tell you, Africans, especially the young people, Nigerians particularly, you need to liberate yourself. And enough of grammar speaking. To be honest with you, if you Nigerians just look at Kimbo and believe that the judiciary or the Supreme Court will upturn the buying and selling judgment, the Balablu judgment they delivered, think twice, forget about it. It can happen. Except, like I keep saying, except the Nigerian people troop out en masse, that will never be a solution to their problem. To end this illegitimate government, I can say it for sure. And they know it. They knew that what they did is not an election. And the result they called that produced Tinubu as the president is not the right result. They knew. They knew he never won. I'm telling you that. So, except you come out in your mass and say enough is enough. And you can do that in several ways, not even by street protest. You remember when the issue of the agitation in the East became so hostile, while people are protesting on the street, people are being killed, just like we witnessed in NSAS. I must tell you, I brought up the solution or the sit-at-home kind of protest. And you see, although some people have hijacked it for some kind of mischievous whatever. But I can tell you, my people, Nigerians watching, obedient Nigerians for that matter, if you know you support Peter Obi, think of taking days to say no to work, no to business. No to work, no to business. In protest, I tell you, Nigeria will be shut down completely. Don't think about it. I'm leaving you on this note. Help me share this video. What's your thought on this? Drop it on the comment section. Let's have your opinion. Bye-bye for now.